Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel.
In today's video, we're going to talk about how to calculate your investment property performance
In Australia.
So I created this topic because I remember when I first started, looking around investment property. How can you figure out if it's going to generate your positively geared money in your pocket every week, or is it going to cost you money every week?
And at that time, we were using buying agents 2 times.
Yep.
But then we realized the number is not 100%.
Yeah. In my mind, it's like, okay, then I use a buyer's agent so that way they obviously know this.
What are they doing?
Exactly. And I'm looking for a positively geared property. But when I dig in and realize...
When we do our tax return, or when we have yearly financial advice with our accountants, there are this discrepancy.
Massive.
What we're trying to achieve and what we got.
Exactly. So because it's a big number purchase, it is hard to comprehend. Like you would, as much as you know it by into details, or sit down with the buyer's agent, they give you analysis of it. But the true cost would bound to be different. This is coming from our experience.
Our personal experience is not average. I don't know if we're unlucky.
Yeah, I'm not sure. And then I figured, okay, then I'm sure I'm not the only one. So I figured, okay, then how can we figure it out so that way, I guess the true numbers is physically there.
Yep.
So this is on one of the property. As an example, let's say if you were looking at a property purchase at $300,000.
Yep.
With an assumption of 20% down deposit, which equivalent to about $60,000 of your hard-earned cash. With the stamp duty on average about $10,000, and other admin costs such as your solicitor
legal
fee,
pest, the check,
building and pest inspection,
the check,
and I guess as a whole, you'd be out of pocket. We put that
upfront
admin
money
is about $5,000 or so.
Yeah.
So the total upfront money you're required to have roughly about
$75,000 is pretty much almost one third of the property price.
So yeah, with an assumption of loan amount of $240,000 and assuming the interest rate at about 4%, at a 30 years mortgage. And your repayment will be about $265 principal and interest repayment. I did not calculate on interest only component.
No, you did not calculate principal because
this is a principal and interest.
Yeah, this is P&I because when we first started our property journey, we only paid the interest only because that's what everyone advised. We don't advise that.
Yeah, because a lot of, I guess, property guru or all the information out there, no, you just get an interest only loan because it's an investment property.
The property appreciate, and then 5 years later you refinance, get another loan, lock in for another 30 years, make the bank rich.
Exactly. So for us, it's like, okay.
We tried that journey. It didn't work out for us. It may work out for you or may work out for most of the people, but as we said, we just not lucky.
So for us, we choose the principal and interest repayment.
We changed it.
Yeah, we changed it. But this is in this an example. It's a principal and interest because I get it. Interest only. It's probably reduced on the amount of your weekly repayment.
Yes.
But be mindful, the principal component it's still there.
Never
so
change.
Over 30 years. You still owe that money.
$240,000 to the bank.
For us, I want to get rid of that as soon as possible.
Yeah.
So for us, every week, I want to go down. So hence why this principal and interest repayment.
Yep.
Factor in also, there's an admin cost such as your council rate, management fee if you're renting it out, and then water rates.
Strata if it's apartment.
Correct. Wear and tear.
Maintenance.
So that we calculated from what I've seen, from what I experienced.
Our properties.
On our property, on an average, just the admin cost of holding this property, you're looking at about $100 on top. So per week.
Yeah.
So that brings your rent, your I guess holding costs, it would cost you about $365 per week.
So that is with the mortgage plus other holding cost
Yep.
of the property. Even if it's not rented out, you have to pay for it.
Correct. So I know, I guess a lot of people also calculate that vacancy rate, it's at 0.1% or whatever it is.
Yeah.
There's still a chance.
Yeah, letting fee, right?
Yeah.
How about that?
There's still a chance that they will be vacant. There is still a chance that what if it was, let's say, more than 1 week of vacant area.
Yeah.
So we had a property that was vacant for about 3 months.
Also 3 months.
So it was.
So let's say it's $350 a week,
Yep.
3 months, let's say 4 weeks a month. So that is $1,400 in a month. So that's $4,200
Something like that.
that you have to fork out.
So if it's a rental income, you have to also consider the management fee, which is on an average between.
Depends on where.
Yeah, depending where. Like we've seen a property management that costs about 7 to 14% or something.
It's more regional or,
Yeah.
or lower density area.
Correct.
I think in Sydney, normally around 5-6%, or we have property in Queensland is around 7%.
Yeah.
Some of them in pretty far, I heard it like 10% or more.
That's it. So you got to figure that out within that vicinity of your property. If you were to rent it out, what
With
is
the agent.
Yeah, what is the
Yeah.
cost involved? So and then possibly be like the first week is the letting fee, 1 or 2 weeks or so.
1 or 2 week. Letting fee is like the agent help you to find
A tenant.
tenant,
Yep.
and then the first 1 to 2 weeks, the rent all go to the agent.
Correct. So and that brings it up roughly about $385 or so.
Okay. That's your cost.
That's your cost in the beginning of the lease. So
So you get a loan, you fork out $75,000, and then you still have to pay $385
dollars per
dollars
week.
per week to hold that property.
Factor in as well the upkeep, the wear and tear. Some people, I guess,
Paint.
the paint we
Stove
changed.
is not working. There's not aircon. The
Yep.
fan's not working. Oh, we had all these experience. Tap is leaking. There's damp. You gotta repaint that. The roof that we fix it. The fan's not working. It burned down.
So wear and tear,
See, we're so unlucky.
loose tenants. We've experienced that. What else is there? Things that have been broken down. Well, we go up to the
It's
stage.
normal. It's
Yeah.
really normal.
Because as a tenant, they're not gonna look after the best interest of that property because they're tenants.
Yeah, that's not this.
It's not theirs, and at worst case scenario, they've only got about 4 weeks of
Bond.
rent of rent as equivalent to your
yeah.
bond.
Yeah, we one of the tenant. They paid 4 weeks rent, bond. When they moved out, the cost to fix it is more than the 4 weeks bond, and they didn't care why. We can't chase them. We took the 4 weeks bonds. We couldn't recover our loss.
So I'll give you an example. Let's say 1 week is $500. So 4 weeks that would be about $2,000.
Yes.
The repair cost is $10,000. So even if we took out the bond of $4,000, we're still out of pocket of $6,000.
The bond is 2,000.
Sorry, $2,000. So
It's 8.
that's even more worse. It makes it 8.
Yeah.
So that's, as a whole, we look at, on an average anyway, you're looking at about $10,000 is the upkeep costs,
Yep.
or $190 per week. So that's just, in case, that's an upkeep on a property, let's say.
Yeah.
That would mean your rental income must cover, plus your mortgage repayment,
Yep.
it's roughly about $575 per week before considering any profits.
Oh, you being very conservative.
I'm being
Very
conservative, yeah.
conservative. Yes.
So I looked at the $10,000. Like if there's emergency, like a hot water, that's a couple of $1,000. A stove, if it's not working, that's a couple of $1,000.
But I think you have to put that into budget or
Into
when you
budget.
purchase investment property, because these numbers we didn't look at it, and then we went through whatever the buyer's agent told us. It's just very general number, not this
Yeah.
additional cost you have to pay in long run. So eventually the property wasn't really performing as what we wanted.
let's assume that your rental income in this particular scenario is roughly about $350 per week, which is at the current market in this particular one anyway. So that would mean every week it's going to cost $225 per week out of pocket. So as an investment property, yes, it looks great that you've got an investment property. You know, you can tell your mates, go around and everyone, you know, saying, hey, I've got an investment property. But do you really own it, or the bank really own you? So if you have one property minus $200, or in this instance, $225, let's say $250 per week, and if your income is $1,000 per week, how many properties can you hold?
Oh, but wait, you can count the depreciation.
Yeah, there's the bonus of depreciation. Yeah, but
I can't eat.
So be mindful of that. Like, some people look at that and goes, no, it's a good, having investment property is good. Yeah, great, because it goes up in value and, you know, all the benefits and whatnot. But for us, it's like, you got to look at the cash flow. Is this going to cost you money? Or is it going to give you more wealth every week? Because if it costs you money, you can only hold so much in your hand. So for us, we're changing that around. Make sure every time that we buy property, it always have to be positively geared. So from our lesson, what you see in the advertisement, or what the, I guess, any agencies, you have to look at dig
the
a
true
little bit more.
number, the true number, because we didn't know anything. We just believe in them. Well, but yeah. Anyway, we learn from it.
But at the same time, you wouldn't know unless you learn, right?
Yes.
Unless you go through it. That's how we learn. We learn from our mistakes, and just hoping that anyone out there who's thinking of going through the properties purchases,
send them this video.
So for us, that's how I see. Like, it can be a burden.
If everything goes well, yes. But the third time, I have to say, we were just unlucky. So we just, this cause and that cause, and it was a burden. And we got a few friends that they also own investment properties, especially during COVID and the rent going down, and they still have to pay for the interest.
The mortgage repayment.
And renovation or any
and
other
damage
maintenance.
the property.
Correct.
So it can be a blessing, and it can be can be a nightmare owning an investment property. So I think that's about it. I guess that's how we calculate our numbers anyway. I mean, if you do want to have a chat, by all means, comment, or, you know, private message us, and we can go through your scenario and see if we can help out in any way possible. Because it is very daunting. You work so hard to get the deposit, but yet now your investment property can be a nightmare. Be a nightmare. So anyway, that's just our 2 cents, guys. Don't forget to subscribe, comment.
See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.